Ann Robinson has revealed she quit Countdown over a pay dispute, and she did insist on noisy Susie Dent and Rachel Riley's mics being switched off. The presenter, 77, who was employed on a freelance basis, admitted that despite being offered a pay rise, she did not want to join Channel 4's payroll and so decided to walk away from her role as host. It was revealed that she was leaving Countdown after just 1 year, earlier this week by the Daily Mail's Alison Boshoff, with Ann adding that she has since smoothed over the rift with her co-stars. Speaking to The Sun, she confessed, "I come from a long line of alcoholic, Irish bandits, so to suggest I go pay is a bit like asking Philip Green or Richard Branson to join the company payroll. I wasn't interested in any offer on that basis, even if it included financial parity. I will, however, miss out on the Channel 4 luncheon vouchers, which is a big regret." Speaking with Emma Barnett on Radio 4's Woman's Hour, she added, "I marched so that your generation would be really clever at negotiating your salaries and your pay, and you're all absolutely hopeless at it. Why? It's so easy, there's about 6 steps to getting the money you want." Ann continued, "What happens is some bloke comes in with his friend, gives you the interview and says we're going to pay you this, you say thank you very much. What you have to realize, they go outside and they do high fives because you've accepted the first offer." Of the rift with her co-stars Rachel and Susie, she admitted that she had been annoyed by their timekeeping and noisiness, but later said, "They're both brilliant at what they do, I mean they really, really are. Channel 4 are incredibly lucky to have them, and there isn't a rift, it was me wanting everyone to be quiet in the studio. I like everyone turning up on time and quiet, 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 so we did have to iron that out. But that's it." Ann continued, "I think we all came to an agreement that we would have mics off before we went into a record, which gave me time to have a chat with the contestants, that's all, and remind them what their hobbies are." Describing Rachel, she said, "She is brilliant at those numbers, what else can I say?" On the prospect of retirement, the former Weakest Link host said, "I haven't got any practice at it. Maybe I'll start doing social media, you know what the Queen says, mostly to women, she says what's keeping you busy? And that's because they might not have a job so they can say I'm playing the piano, I'm doing my garden. So I'm going to practice how I explain I don't have a job." Ann continued, "It's the first time I've never had a job. It's also the first time I haven't seen a job on the horizon. I've given myself a really big talking to and I'm 78 this year and I've really got to learn about retirement. I've encouraged television bosses to realize that not all women at the wrong end of their 70s are in care homes playing bingo and watching conjuring tricks. This comes as former Countdown host Nick Hewer didn't hold back when taking a swipe at his ex-colleague Susie after she wished Ann well on Twitter. It came amid claims that the cast are relieved she is leaving after reports on an on-set feud with Rachel, who Ann reportedly found too noisy, and Susie. However, Susie appeared to dismiss any feud claims by sending a congratulatory message to wish her the best as she moved on to pastures new. The lexicographer, who has appeared in Countdown's Dictionary Corner since 1992, wrote on Twitter, "Some Countdown news. Wishing Ann all the very best in her new adventures with her grandchildren and beyond." However, Nick, 78, accused her of sucking up to her former colleague and told her she would be a prime candidate for a brown-nosing award. He responded to her tweet, writing, "Well, that's a surefire certainty for Private Eye's OBN Order of the Brown Nose award. Bravo Susie. Richard Osman has been tipped as the early favorite to replace Anne on Countdown after the host announced she was stepping down. TV star Richard, 51, recently quit his show Pointless after 13 years so would be free to take on new commitments. One insider told The Mirror, "Everyone is so relieved. To be honest, it's all been a bit of a disaster with the fallouts and squabbles. We just want to draw a line under it and move on." Meanwhile, Ladbrokes have said that Richard currently has 3/1 odds of replacing Anne on Countdown. After Richard, the next strongest odds for replacements go to comedian Susan Calman and Taskmaster star Alex Horne, both of whom have 4/1 odds. Writer Victoria Coren Mitchell is next with 9/2 odds, while 8 out of 10 Cats star John Richardson follows with 11/2 odds. Richard said in his statement last month when he quit Pointless, "I will miss everyone so much, but I'm thrilled that I'll still be presenting the celebrity shows. I can't thank everyone enough for 12 amazing years." Representatives for Anne and Richard have been contacted by Mail Online for a comment. And it seemed that Rachel placed her seal of approval on the words, as she retweeted the post from pal Susie. But while the TV stars put on a friendly display through social media, it comes after reports last year that Anne, who suffers from tinnitus, found Rachel too loud and was irritated by her habit of chatting on her mobile phone, and by her timekeeping. Opening up to Alison Boshoff for the Daily Mail, Anne admitted that Rachel is noisy and that she wouldn't go on holiday with her, but dismissed claims of a feud. The Weakest Link host explained, "I'm not saying I would go on holiday with Rachel Riley, but she is brilliant," she said. "Absolutely honestly, I do admire her. She is really, really good at what she does, as is Susie Dent. Look, Rachel has just come back from having a baby and she is standing throughout and faultless, whereas I get to sit down. She is noisy, yes she and Susie both are, they are a formidable pair those two, but there isn't a question of my going because of a rift, that's nonsense." She also explained that the three women barely talk during the show, detailing, "The way that it's filmed is so tight that we don't have time to talk to each other." Representatives for Rachel Riley declined to comment at the time. Anne told Alison that she is leaving the show as her contract was only 1 year long, and she didn't realize how much time it would take up. Explaining that Shush is swapping the intense filming schedule for some downtime at home, Anne said, "I am moving on because I've got a lot going on, grandchildren, a big garden, an apartment in New York, and I want to enjoy them. Countdown has taken up more of time than I thought it would. It is great fun but it is intense. I go up to Media City in Salford, and we do 15 shows in 3 11-hour days. I'm built to last so I don't really mind, but it does take up quite a chunk of my time," she added. A spokesperson for the Channel 4 daytime show gushed over Anne after the announcement of her leaving, saying, "Quick-witted Anne has been a brilliant host on this iconic show.